Welcome back to Weather Command, just a few days away from Veterans Day, and some of our vets continue to serve the public while battling challenges of their own. Paws of War is a nonprofit organization that pairs veterans with rescued animals. Their goal is to alleviate the suffering of veterans and first responders, particularly those suffering through PTSD.
And today we're celebrating and honoring the unique bond between animals and their companions. Joining us in studio, we've got U.S. Navy veteran Angelique Williams and her service dog, Buddy. Thank you for joining us. Also, Niki Dawson is here. Niki is the Director of Emergency Response and Animal Welfare and Logistics for Paws of War. We need to mention Angelique because of the pairing. Angelique worked for Paws of War as well. But Niki, to start with you, tell us a little bit about the organization and the pairing that occurred between Angelique and Buddy.
It's our mission to rescue animals and unite those with veterans and first responders who are suffering from PTSD and other issues from their service. And that is how Angelique found our program. And we have this beautiful example of what our work actually does. It's incredible.
Absolutely. And Angelique, first off, I got a pet Buddy.
Of course.
He's so good. He loves the pets.
Yeah, he does.
He knows people because he lives in New York.
Yes. Oh, yes, he does.
for
My
sure.
goodness. Angelique, tell me a little bit more about your experience. Obviously, you've been, on the scene helping post hurricanes, wildfires. Tell us a little bit about that experience and for you.
For me, having the opportunity to help others that have suffered from natural disasters has been just an honor and privilege. It's seeing, especially when I was in Hurricane Helene, helping with that natural disaster. It was total devastation, total loss of infrastructure, displaced families and animals, and having the ability to have the support of the community to bring life-saving supplies and help the community is just, it's an honor.
It can be life-changing. And we talk about this bond between animals and humans. I mean, pet owners out there can relate. And we learned, Angelique, that your anniversary with Buddy is coming up on Veterans Day.
Yes, on Veterans Day.
It's going to be 4 years. And whether you or Niki, curious about Buddy's story, where Buddy came from and that partnership which happened in 2021, Niki.
One of our most prolific programs is War Torn, which is one of the programs that I manage. Active military are, many of them are kids. They're away from their homes and families, and they find animals on base that their heart goes out to them. Unfortunately, they're not allowed to really interact with the animals, but that doesn't stop them from really, bonding with them in some way. So we assist with getting those animals back to the United States, and we get them to the soldiers' families so that they can be reunited when their deployment ends. And sometimes we'll get litters of puppies, and we'll have soldiers for 4, but that one puppy doesn't have a soldier. We're not going to leave that puppy behind, and that is how Angelique got Buddy.
Yep.
Yeah, an incredible story. I love how, having had a puppy before, literally, Buddy becomes a very intimate part of your family.
Life-changing for me, yeah. For before Buddy, I very rarely left my home, and Buddy's pretty much reintroduced me to the world again, to the community, and there's so many things that I'm now able to do that I once enjoyed and I wasn't able to do, and now we do it together.
It's great. We're growing up as a kid. Did you have pets?
I did, yeah.
You did, and then serving, which thank you for your service.
my pleasure.
The U.S. Navy. That period of time and life can change the course of your life. And I think even having a dog, how has Buddy improved your life? What have you noticed in your life that's changed?
I noticed, quite honestly, that a lot of my relationships with people have gotten better. I visit people more. I pick up the phone more. I do things in my community that I wouldn't normally have done. So and we do it together. And he's just a breath of fresh air in my life.
Is this his demeanor? It's amazing.
I mean,
Thank you.
Has 2 puppies. Not nearly
We got
as common
yappy
ones.
Pomeranians, but he's got some energy.
he's got
this
a
is all thanks
lot.
to the training that Paws of War offers to
Absolutely.
our program members as well.
I can't, but you would think these dogs that you're able to rescue, I'm sure have an element of trauma that they've endured,
They do.
and that has to be so much work to train them to become these well-behaved dogs that can walk in the streets of New York.
But that's why our training programs are so crucial, because it's a bonded pair, and they go through sometimes a couple of years of training in order to acclimate to whatever new environment that they're in. It's helping the veterans and the first responders who are suffering from PTSD focus on something outside of themselves, and helping that dog who has now is in love with their new owner, and that bond is there, and they want to please them. And so, the training programs are so crucial to, to the success of these pairs. So, this is the perfect example.
I love this. Real quick, how can we support and how can our viewers support you at home?
Of course, as a nonprofit, we would encourage everyone to donate if you can. Our website is www.pawsofwar.org. We recommend that. Also, I just wanted to get back to the disaster planning. We do have a disaster preparedness link on our website so that any pet owner can click on that and find the tools that they need to prepare a go bag and be prepared if something catastrophic happens in their area.
That's great, especially keeping your pets in mind because they're part of the family.
Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah, appreciate it. Niki, Dawson, thank you so much. U.S. veteran Angelique Williams, we appreciate you. And Buddy, you've been such a good boy.
He's a good boy.
Buddy.
He's been I love the paws being
Yeah,
Thank you, guys. Well, as we know, Angelique's anniversary, 4-year anniversary with Buddy starts on Tuesday, or is Tuesday, Veterans Day on Tuesday as well. We're going to continue to highlight organizations like Paws of War. We also know our vets, they deserve to live with dignity and independence, not on those streets.
Absolutely. You can see that QR code on your screen right now. And that's why we're making Camo our cause in support of the Honor U.S. Veterans campaign. You can join us by making a donation and wearing camo this Veterans Day. And again, you can also head to go.fox/US Vets to support.
And you can learn more.